Holy moly, guys. Talk about a crazy day today for the stock market, man. It was one of those days. We had the S&P 500 close up around, 1.3%, and the NASDAQ literally doubled that, up 2.6% on the day, as the Dow and the Russell each went up around 1%, and we had the VIX down over 6%. So yeah, we have to break down the markets in this video and go over some stocks. So if you guys find value, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo, each up to $2,000, and 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. Link down below. We'll talk more about that later. And now, guys, cheers, stay hydrated. Let's dive right into the video. So again, man, it was one of those days out there today where everything pretty much went up, and not every single stock went up. I mean, that's impossible. I doubt there's ever been a day where every stock in the world's gone up. That's literally impossible. But it seems like, I mean, it was one of those days where it seemed like it, right? It seemed like everything ended up going up. We had big tech crush it. We had healthcare do well today. Pretty much everything, right? From, Amazon to Apple to Foot Locker, Pinterest, all different areas of the, markets did very well today. And before we actually break down some of these stocks and the charts, let's take a look at what the markets in general did very quickly, starting off here with SPY, which you guys know is the S&P 500. This ended up going up, like I said in the intro, 1.3%, up over $5. And you guys can see we ended up hitting $421 right before the close, which is slightly above the high from a couple of days ago. You guys can see if I pull the 5-day, 5-minute up, actually we hit 421 after the bell. That was at about, what time was that? 8 p.m., 7:30. Either way, right now I'm filming right around 8 p.m., so that just happened about 5-10 minutes ago. But either way, we took out 420, which was the high from, I believe, the 22nd of this month. Either way, it was from a couple days ago, so we broke out of that. But more importantly, we took out 417, which you guys know that's been a big resistance on SPY for months, and we momentarily went back under it a couple days ago. You guys probably remember we hit 420, went down to about 409, 410, held the trend here. As you guys can see, we held the uptrend, and now we're clearly, launching back up. We took out the highs barely, but we did. We hit 421, and now the bulls seem like they're full-fledged back in charge. And honestly, guys, at this point, I would not be surprised if we started going towards the highs from August, which you guys know Triple Q's already way past the highs from August, but SPY's lagging a little bit, and you can see here on the one-year chart, we were at 430 back in August. So at this point, guys, again, we broke over 417 this week. We closed over 420. The next spot, the next main resistance is 430, 431, 432. That general, range from a couple months ago. I mean, more than a couple months ago, more like about a year ago at this point. And yeah, I mean, that's where I think we could be going in the short term on SPY. And Triple Q, like I said, guys, is well above the highs from August. Back in August, Triple Q was at, I believe it was right around 335. Let me double check that here on the one-year chart. Yeah, 334, 335. That was back from the middle of August. That's where we were. And clearly, again, like I said, guys, we took that out, and we're, a good ways above it as of now. We closed at around 348, and I believe earlier in the day, we were at, actually in the aftermarket, we hit almost $350 per share here on Triple Q. And mind you, guys, I'm not going to lie, this is a little bit overbought, so I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a bit of a sell-off or a little pullback next week. Well, mind you, Monday, the markets are closed for Memorial Day, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, one of those days, I would not be surprised if this thing pulled back. Not anything crazy, not like 20% or 15%, 10%. I'm talking maybe just, a couple percentage points. Maybe it came down $5, $10, nothing crazy. Maybe down to that 50 SMA, 335, 340-ish, right? Something, right? This needs to pull back, because at the end of the day, this right here is unsustainable, right? We're pretty overbought. We've ran way too much in a very short amount of time, and it's gonna cool off. Trust me, guys. We might have another green day or two. We might pop up another $5-10. Definitely possible. Sure, that could happen. But after that, or even right now, where we're at now, 348, we will get a pullback. Trust me on that, guys. Market and you'll see when it happens, and we'll cover it, of course, here on the channel. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell while you're at it. So again, crazy day, awesome day today. If you're long the markets, if you have long-term investments, you're in a bunch of stocks, you did well today. I did well today. I know that. You guys probably did well as well. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And with that being said, let's run through these stocks. To be honest, I don't have a set list of stocks that I want to talk about today, but I was just going to run through the watch list and break down some of the biggest movers from the day and from the past couple of days, from the week. Let's talk about some of the biggest movers from the week. So you guys obviously know Palantir. We're not going to get too much into that in this video, but this stock just continued to crush it today. Yesterday, pretty much all week, it's been doing very well, and it went up to $14.20 today, and we are seeing a little bit of a pullback here, which makes sense. If you guys caught my last video, you probably saw what I was saying, and you're not surprised, right? We hit the top of this channel, we're pulling back a little bit, and now that I'm looking at it, we did get buyers to come in at near close, right at the start of power hour, and we did consolidate heading into the aftermarket, which is good, but still we're pretty overbought even with that pullback and consolidation into the aftermarket. So I wouldn't be surprised if Palantir, like Triple Q, were to pull back next week, whether it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I have no idea, but that's what I'm thinking. I think it's a little bit overbought here on the 1 hour chart, and honestly, there's a lot of stocks, especially tech stocks, that are overbought at this point. I mean, look at AMD, guys. Let me pull this one up, and of course, Nvidia has just been going crazy. What did Nvidia do today? Tell me this one up again. Oh my gosh, up 2.5%, another 2.5% today, and this was almost at $400 yesterday morning, and you guys know they reported earnings. The stock went up like crazy, and it almost went to $400. You guys can see here, it hit $399.50 in the pre-market, not yesterday. Actually, no, yeah, that was yesterday, and today we pretty much held those gains, at least in the morning. Then we started to trend up later in the day, and we ended up going up, like I said, about $10, 2.5% on the day. So this one, like the other ones that we mentioned, I think needs a pullback, obviously. I mean, look at this chart, guys, very overbought, and with the earnings still being very fresh, I'm going to let the dust settle. It might still run a little bit in the short term for all we know, but at some point, I think we will get a pullback, probably mid 300s. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe 375, 370. Time will tell, guys, but I do think Nvidia is due for a pullback. Same with AMD, which I mentioned. This one especially, guys. I mean, holy smokes. Look at this thing. Today it went up 5.5%, and this is, funny enough, even more overextended than Nvidia. I mean, look at the RSI down here. The RSI on the 4-hour chart is at 90, which is just pretty much off the page, right? Insane. And on Nvidia, the RSI is at about 76. So it's actually not as bad as AMD, but still both of them very extended, very overbought, and they're in need of a pullback. And it's just been it's been a crazy ride. I mean, we called out AMD at 80, 85 bucks, 90 bucks, and did I think it was going to go up 55% in the span of about 3 to 4 weeks? No, but it did. And that's what the stock market does, guys. It does things that you don't think it's going to do, right? That's the reality. And the sooner you realize that, the better off you're going to be. So AMD, Nvidia, Palantir, I mean, Intel, which got destroyed yesterday, I believe that was. This ended up rebounding a good chunk today, up about 6%. Not bad. And this one tanked after Nvidia reported. The stock went down, I believe, from $28 on, that was yesterday morning in the pre-market, all the way down to $26.80. So that was a drop of around 7%. So, yeah, about 7-8% drop on Intel, and today it went up around 6%, so it recovered pretty much all of that loss, and it looks, doesn't look that great. I mean, we are breaking out on the 5-day 5-minute. We do have a golden cross, but on the 4-hour chart, guys, it is not looking so pretty. I mean, look, we're still clearly under 30 bucks, 29 bucks, which you guys can see, that was resistance for months from the beginning of November right here, all throughout pretty much the end of March, so a good 4-ish months. We struggled at 29, 30 bucks. Then we broke out of it, but now clearly we're back under it, making it a resistance. So Intel is recovering, and maybe if it breaks back over 30, that could be an interesting spot for the stock, maybe for a trade. But for now, I think it's in a very vulnerable spot. I think we could get selling pressure to come in again right around here, 29, 30 bucks. So be very careful when it comes to Intel. And we also had JWN do very well today. That's Nordstrom, but the chart probably still looks like crap. Yeah, pretty much still looks like crap. I mean, you could argue we have an inverse head and shoulders here on JWN, which we kind of do. I mean, you guys see the left shoulder there. We have the head right here, boom. Then we have the right shoulder here. So we do kind of have that playing out. And yes, we are slightly above the moving averages, but we have earnings coming up next week. And who the heck knows what these earnings are going to look like. And this company especially is very volatile. This stock is very volatile during earnings. So the last thing I would do, especially with this company, this stock, is hold it through earnings. So I'm going to wait and see what this company ends up reporting. We'll see the numbers. We'll see how the stock reacts, and then we'll go from there. Did you guys see Tesla today? Tesla's looking really good, and I'll probably make a video on this tomorrow. So keep an eye on that. But Tesla today went up 5%, and it's finally starting to reverse. Bulls are coming back here on Tesla. Make sure to subscribe. Again, we'll make a video on that tomorrow. We also had Amazon today go completely bananas, up 4.5%, and it pretty much played out to the T, exactly how I called it out. And you guys probably know Amazon is one of my holdings. I own it in multiple portfolios, and I was buying it in the 90 to 95 range. Now we're at 120, and this thing looks like it's about to break out. It's about to test 120, 125. It might break out, and if it does, there could be a lot more upside. We'd be at a multi-month high at that point on Amazon, which is awesome, guys. And big tech in general today did fairly well. We had Google up around 1%. All right, not as good as Tesla, but still up 1%. Let's see here. I believe Meta also did well today. Yeah, 3.7% day for Meta. And look how overbought Meta is, guys. We just hit a new high on the 4-hour chart. This will probably sell off a little bit, whether it's next week, maybe the week after. I don't know, but still, it is crushing it. Microsoft, 2% green day today. Apple, 1.4%. This one's actually not as overbought, nearly as overbought as some of the other big tech names, but still more on the overbought side on the RSI. And Apple's actually approaching a big spot right now. 175, 176. That was the high from, when was that? The middle of this month, about a week ago. So if we break 176 on Apple, I'll put my alert there right now. We could be going even higher on this stock, maybe to 180. Maybe to all-time highs. This could be setting up for a move to all-time highs, which you guys probably know are right around 182, right? 183 maybe, if I remember correctly. 182, 183. That was hit back in the beginning of 2022. So big tech, man. Big tech is looking really good. And if I had to trade one of the big tech names right now, if I had to put money as a short-term trade right now, I'm going to go with Apple because, again, the other ones are pretty overbought. Google has ran up way too much, way too quickly. Microsoft, forget about it. This thing's way overbought on the 4-hour chart. Same with Meta. So Meta and Microsoft, scratch those off the list, at least for me when it comes to a short-term trade. Maybe Amazon, but then again, Amazon's very overbought as well, and we just ran up a ton this past week. So honestly, out of big tech, I'm picking Apple for a short-term move. And who knows, maybe I will trade it. We shall see, guys, if we break that 176. This could be taken off pretty aggressively from there. Let me see what else ended up doing well, guys, and we'll wrap up the video. And by the way, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. I appreciate you guys as always. Let me see. CrowdStrike ended up going up as well today, 3%. And this is another one that's overbought with earnings coming up next week, I believe. When the heck are their earnings? Yeah, last day of May. I believe that's on Wednesday after the bell. CrowdStrike is set to report earnings, and this is pretty much, I don't want to say price to perfection, but it's up a ton heading into the earnings, which is a little bit alarming. We are up from $116 to $155 in just the past 3 weeks. That's a move of 33%. So, we are slightly overbought heading into earnings, so keep that in mind on CrowdStrike. And yeah, I guess with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap up the video. Don't want to keep you too long on this beautiful Friday night. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. And don't forget to get your free money from Moomoo, up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. All you guys got to do is use that link down below or go to StasSurfS.com/Moomoo. And once you open up an account, you get one free share of stock right off the bat. And once you fund your account with at least $100, you get 4 more stocks, totaling 5 stocks. And fund your account with at least $1,000, guys, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. So if you guys want some free money, you want some free stocks, and you want to help out the channel, use that Moomoo link down below, and you might as well get 12 more stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. And if you guys want to be a part of the Patreon portfolio, which I did just buy more of a stock today in that Patreon portfolio, and you want to be a part of the Discord chat, see my charts and ideas throughout the day, that's on Patreon, link down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.